Today we're doing another episode of Children's Hour, where we talk about children's shows from the past, present and future. What I mean by that is that the past is children's show from my childhood and further back, and future is of the modern children, so it's like a lot of things like blend into each other these days, and talk about what is the future of children's TV. And first of all, before we get into the main topic of today's video, let's talk about the death of children's TV. There's a documentary about it a few years ago, and the only thing that annoyed me about it, it was made by BBC4, is there's a section where the theme tune and the title sequence to the BBC version of the Chronicles of Narnia plays, as she's talking about, the voiceover woman, talking about the programme Grange Hill. Why? I have no idea. They did a similar thing in a Jackanory documentary where when they were talking about a selection of different actors they've done Jackanory, on the screen what you were looking at while you were hearing all these names you read out was Patricia Routledge, who played Mrs. Bouquet or Mrs. Bucket, depends on. Well, no, it is Mrs. Bucket, but she pronounced it Mrs. Bouquet. In the BBC sitcom Keeping Up Appearances, there's having one of those remembering documentaries out this week. So, let's talk about our main topic. If you see me looking down, it's because my phone is down here, and that is connected to this, because the port where the video assist, which is a monitor that allows me to make sure I'm still recording in frame, is no longer working on the camera, but is going to be fixed in a couple of weeks. So I have to look down to make sure that I am still recording and I'm still in frame. So if you see me looking down, I do apologise. I'll try and do it as subtly and as least as possible. Today we're talking about the element of Saturday morning TV. So I know that YouTube and my fans and people that watch this are not just British. So let's just explain what Saturday morning TV is to a non-British audience. So in Britain, our Saturday morning TV is, or was, Deccan Up in the Bungalow, Tiswas, SMTV Live, Live and Kicking, the Saturday Morning Show, Basil and Barney's Swap Shop, Multicoloured Swap Shop. I'm gonna miss one, but they're British. They're like 3-hour, 2-hour programs. For the ITV or for the non-BBC audience, it's got adverts in the middle of it. For the BBC audience, a few of them had cartoons plastered or TV program plastered in between them so that they could change the set. The antics would assume. In America, for any British audience, I'm wondering, Tom, what do you mean for non-British audiences? Are we the only ones that had Saturday morning TV? Or no? In America, it was cartoons on a Saturday morning. I don't know about anywhere beyond America, because that's how much I know at this moment. I will do more international research that way. But today we're talking about Saturday morning TV in essence. So I've just watched yesterday, Saturday, today Sunday. I watched, well, because I really love Saturday morning TV like Tiz was. When I was, well, Tiz, it was Tiz, well, Tiz, the most famous ones in history of all time is Tiz was, Deccan Up in the Bungalow, SMTV Live, and Multicoloured Swap Shop. Live and Kicking is in there, going live. A few more will pop into my head during this, but there's a website, I can't think what it's called now, I do apologise, that did a really good documentary about them, as in the website links to a Vimeo, which is a professional website for video people, who he made a documentary about Saturday morning TV. It's cracking. I recommend it, but that's not for now. So Saturday morning mashup, sorry, what is and was a program that filmed in Glasgow and has had a wide selection of different hosts during its time. So it started years ago now, when I was slightly younger than I am now. Well, I say slightly, a lot younger than I am now, and it still exists to this day. We've had this permanent team. It's like Blue Peter presenters. they swap out every so often, but this team at the moment have been around for quite a while. So when I was watching the new series, I already knew that the reason why I want to make this video is because I'm going to come back to that. So Dickon with the Bungalow was a program where the bungalow heads, which were children, were playing in games and challenges and doing all sorts and being chucked at with custard, which was called Creamy Muck Muck. And at the very end, they had a Creamy Muck Muck fight. But the thing that is relevant for this, whilst we're talking about Saturday Mashup, is I think his last name is Chapman. This Dave Chapman did the puppeteering for Dickon of the Bungalow. He was the cat that sang. Ready? I'm gonna say the words in the musical style, but I'm not gonna sing because I can't sing. Ready? Stoke-on-Trent, where it's a cat that says, "Where?" And Dickon would say, "Where have you been this week?" And the cat would say, "Well, I've been to a wonderful place called Stoke-on-Trent." They would sing the song Stoke-on-Trent, which is available on the Dickon music album that is still available on Amazon. Weird, I know. And so it's a really good song, and that's Dave Chapman. So Dave Chapman also did a lot of the. I think it's Dave Chapman that did all the music as well, all the identity jingly musics where if they were doing a game, we would have a music and some imagery to move it on. Like I don't know, I can't think of what it's off my head, but it was a transition point to send it through. So I was watching Saturday Mashup, and I already knew that Stanley, which is Saturday Mashup's puppet, which used to be Hacker T-Dog, and then they realised that Hacker was better suited in the seriously office HQ studio space still, where he's lived for the last 15 years. But Stanley is puppeteered by Dave Chapman. And so I think, and I could be wrong, but if I am wrong, let me know in the comment section down below, or in the comment section of wherever you watch this video. But I think that, if I'm not mistaken, that he also does the music for the show, because there's the draw. I think it's the one where the game. I can't remember the name of the game, but it's the game where they have to draw, where the parents do a faint outline on their child's back. Not in pen or anything, but with their finger, of the drawing, and then the kids in front have a whiteboard, have to draw on the whiteboard what they think is trying to be drawn on their back. And I think that game, the music to that, I think that is Dave Chapman again. Whoever it is, even if it might not be Dave Chapman, it still is the makers of Dickon and the Bungalow, and that's why no matter what age you are, Saturday Mashup is for you, because it'll remind you of the days of the new slime now. Instead of custard rebranded to Creamy Muck Muck, they use slime to slime the people. So I think in the history of Saturday morning TV, where Tiswas with whipped cream custard pie type things and water, we've got Dickon and the Bungalow with Creamy Muck Muck. Well, that was the only element they used to throw the children on everyone else. By the end of it, they were all covered in Creamy Muck Muck. No matter what they're wearing. For instance, there was a sketch. I'm going to call it a sketch, but it isn't a sketch. It's a segment called Question and Muck, where Melvin O'Doom is pretending to be the host, and in the end of it, they all get covered in muck, Creamy Muck Muck, which is technically disgusted, but that's beside the point. As we come towards the end of this year, the Saturday morning has survived because of Saturday Mashup still existing. So I think the element of it existing and surviving works. I don't think it's as popular as its predecessors, like TMI Friday, which went to Saturdays. And TMI was called, then they moved it to a Friday called TMI Friday. And obviously it was on a Friday, but it was still in the element of the Saturday morning element. And I think that Saturday morning TV does exist and will still exist for years to come. I one day hope to make my own Saturday morning TV on Twitch or on YouTube. I just have to work out A, what to do, and B, how to do it on the budget, in the environment, with the equipment, with the people, with the things I've got at hand, I have to work out a way of making that possible. So I want to make it a Tis Was, Dickens and Dimble hybrid mashup, Blue Peter mashup thing, so that it's something unique, interesting, but remind you of that time of watching those shows. So, there you have it. What's your opinion on the Saturday morning TV, whether or not you're in the UK or the US or anywhere else in the part of the world? Let me know what your memories of Saturday morning TV is. Let me know in the comments down below, or here on YouTube, or wherever this video has been shared. And guys watching, bye!